Hello everyone, my name is Andrea Rodarte, and today I'm going to be talking about an NGO that's called the Human Rights Watch. So just very quickly, I'd like to give some background or general information about the organization. So basically what they do is they investigate and report abuses that go on around the world, and they are made up by country experts, lawyers, journalists, to name a few. So basically, um, this NGO began in 1981. Sorry, I apologize. 1978. They were founded in 1978. Back then, in Helsinki, and they were initially called the Helsinki Watch. They began investigating abuses in those countries that had signed the Helsinki Accords, and basically these countries were in Eastern Europe back then, and what was the Soviet Union in that era. And then since it was such a great success, then came the America's Watch in 1981, and during this time, that the America's Watch was founded, there was a lot of civil war throughout Central America, such as the Salvadorian Civil War and the one in Nicaragua, to name a few. And then came Asia Watch in 1985, Africa Watch in 1988, and finally the Middle East Watch in 1989. However, they did change their name officially in 1988 to what it is known now as the Human Rights Watch. Um, so some of the crises that they have worked on and have basically investigated are the Syrian war, the Rohingya crisis, South Sudan conflict, and the refugee crisis that was going on in Europe a few years ago, to name a few. They did win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2008, and they are supported by contributions that come from foundations around the world as well as from private donors. They, however, do not accept government funds, whether they are given to them directly or indirectly. They are headquartered in New York and have offices around the world, such as London, LA, Moscow, Tokyo, Toronto, Berlin, Brussels, and Geneva. There are many others, but these are just a few of the ones that where they basically have their offices. I chose this organization because they do not accept funds from the government. I don't know about other non governmental organizations, um, but at least to me, it makes me feel that in doing so, it's easy for them not to, be swayed or biased. So, for example, the fact that they don't accept money from governments makes them, in my opinion, enforce and make sure that these governments are not committing basically human rights abuses. So that they hold them responsible, accountable for issues that go around the world, um, without being like swayed because of the amount of money that an organization or a country gives them. So in my opinion, that's why I accepted it. I don't know of many other um, foundations that do not accept money from the government. And I mean, if I could, I would love to have a position within this organization, just because, as I mentioned before, they are located in many um, more like, I guess what I would like to say is that they they do um, work throughout the world and basically documenting all of the abuses that go on in all of the major crises that have existed since 1978. They work hard to hold these governments accountable for the acts that they commit. And well, I mean, the one that really caught my attention was that they were, apart from all the other crises that they actively worked on, the one that really comes to mind is the Rohingya crisis, especially after watching the documentary and learning more about what is going on in Myanmar. So, I mean, that one really spoke to me. I guess that's why I would like to be able to participate or have a position in this organization so that I could more proactively help with that crisis if I could. And that is basically my video for today. Thank you so much for your time, and you guys enjoy the rest of the week.